Hello everyone, my name is DJ Smooth, straight out of Cape Town in South Africa. And welcome to our money podcast, which is called TheMoney.Finance.
Awesome, and my name is Jabesi, and this is our very first episode, and I hope you enjoy it. We are going to be talking about how money is made, right?
How is money made?
Exactly, that's a very, very good question. I would want you to start in tackling that. What do you think?
I think an idea of money is something that was put together by the elite many years ago. We are currently living in a capitalistic society,
yes,
where you've got different banks that are obviously, like let's look at the South African system, for instance. You've got the Reserve Bank, right? And you've got all the different banks. But then you've got all these banks interlinked with one another all over the world. And then at the top of the top, you've got obviously the elite, people that are running the world. And many years ago, many decades ago, there was a system that was introduced on how money was going to be created and how money was going to be used in terms of controlling societies. And living in a capitalistic world, you've got money that is backed up by gold. Well, it should be.
Yeah.
But then you've got other countries where they just print money and it's not backed up by anything.
Right.
And we find ourselves in this world right now in 2021, 2022, where our lives revolve around money.
Yes.
Where you're finding, especially in a country like South Africa, where you've got the gap just widening between the rich and the poor. And a lot of the young people out there, that's the reason why we made a podcast like this, need the knowledge of how does money work. Because for you to acquire it and accumulate it and create wealth, you need to know how does it work.
Yes.
And that's the reason why I'm asking, I don't have the answers, but how does it work according to your perspective?
I mean, for me, being in the world of cryptocurrency also exposed me to the functions of money, of how it works. So, of course, I understand it. I understand it from the perspective you shared about, okay, there is the top that prints the money, and then there's the bottom where it's get distributed. But what stick to me when I learned about it was this idea of a fiat system or a sound money system.
What is a fiat system?
Currently, we're running in a fiat system. A fiat system is a type of currency that its value is given by a form of power, whether it's a government or an institution. Much like if I'm holding a 20 Rand note or a US dollar $20 note, they're not really materialistically different. They're all a piece of paper, but one is worth more than the other. And the difference between a $1 note and a $20 note is that the government wrote $20 telling you that this is 20 and it's worth more than this. And this is the currency that you're supposed to use for to pay for things in this country or to pay for tax. And then there is another form of money, which is sound money like gold, which is not accepted because the government is telling you to do so. But it's because every human being, almost everybody, thinks that gold is more valuable. It's like a belief system. You can take gold from here, you can go to China or any other country. People will accept it. They'll give you a pair of shoes or a car because you have a piece of gold. But if you take a Zimbabwean note and you go to another country, nobody is actually going to want it, even here in South Africa, right? But if you go to Zimbabwe, it is still money. But because it's fiat, it's just, it's only valuable to people who find it valuable. But then other currencies other forms of money are just very valuable because one of the core functions of money is to act as a store of value, which is a shortcut of, instead of me having 100 cars, I can just have it in a form of money and keeping it, which means that money is energy. And the way it's made, it's either you have to work for it or it gets printed, if you're talking about fiat money. So that is my framework of money. And that's what I've understood over the years.
It's been quite interesting over the years with the mindset that I've had when I was young. I was taught to believe that money is the root of all evil. I grew up under that environment, and in our black townships, that's the narrative that is most spoken. And in some sort of way, that affects your psychology on how you also relate to money, your relationship with money. For me, it was different. I was very blessed to have made money at an early age in my early 20s. I made, a lot of money. I was a millionaire at an early age, but I lost it all as well. Why did I lose it? I lost it because mentally I was not brought up or trained to have a good relationship with money.
Right.
My mindset and how I approached money was different. So I was able to acquire the money. I was blessed with my entertainment talents, but I also lost the money a couple of years later. And then I had to learn all the mistakes that I had done with how I was relating to my money and how I was handling my money. Only then I had to then become a better person, as what I'm doing right now, where I'm making better decisions now. I'm consulting people that know about money. I'm making friends with people like yourselves who speak the money language, who are speaking digital currency. I'm mixing with other entrepreneurs who've made money before, who've made mistakes before. I've got mentors. And I'm no longer as fixated about materialistic things, but I'm more about creating generational wealth. And
Right.
I guess that's the reason why we've got this podcast as well. But I would like to encourage you as well as our brand new viewer of the show to be money savvy, to learn more about money and to be a part of this podcast, to be a part of this family. We do not have all the answers, but we will be interacting with people that do have the answers. We will invite them onto the show.
Yes.
Maybe you guys can also help us suggest some names, put them on the comment description there. Who are some of the people we need to bring here to come and teach us about money?
Absolutely. And another thing is that it's important to remember that money is simply energy. And if you want to make money, the way to make money simply is value creation. You need to create something valuable. There are two elements to money. There is capital and there's value. And these things work interoperability in a way. It's sort of like it's a chicken egg situation. You don't know which one comes first.
Yeah.
But the easiest one that a lot of us can achieve is to create value, because you might not have money, but you may have value in a form that if you create something, for example, right? Let's say in the music business that you're in, there's someone who has money, who is the record label, and there's someone who has the talent, that's the value. And the capital person is trying to make money using his own money, using the capital. The artist on the other end who has the talent but no money is trying to make money or to generate capital using his talent, which is the value. So to have capital, to become a capital, that's why it's called a capitalistic system, right? The capital is everything. But if you don't have the capital, much like how most of us get started, well, you need to now create value. If you want to make more money, you need to become a machine of value generation. What do you think about that?
So you're basically exchanging your time.
Right,
money,
right. So at
that's
the beginning,
that's the one way.
absolutely. At the beginning, you're exchanging your time for money. In that sense, someone is exchanging his capital for your time. The time is the value that you bring into the marketplace. But then when you accumulate the money, which is now the capital, you want to hold it as much as possible so that you don't become the value exchange person anymore. You become the capitalist.
And that's exactly where we all want to be.
Exactly.
We want to create wealth. We want to be in a position where when I'm sitting down like this with you guys, somebody somewhere in South Africa is buying this can,
Right.
So my money or my investments are working for me. Somebody somewhere out there is buying my books. Somebody somewhere out there is buying my music. Somebody out there is streaming my books or is streaming some of my television work, or they are listening to my radio shows or my radio stations,
Yeah.
Why? What have I been able to do? I've been able to, in the beginning, use my talents.
Right.
As I did say earlier on, made mistakes, lost the money, but learned, came back quickly to create businesses that can create what we call passive income for me. And a business is something that is sort of automated because it can function with me being here.
Right.
But it took me a couple of years and a lot of hard work and teamwork to gather a team together that's going to make my businesses run in my absence. And that's what we want.
Absolutely.
You want to create machinery that can automate your businesses and your money works for you. That's what investors are, right?
Yes.
Where you don't actually have to exchange your value, or let me say your time, for money, but your money is working for you. That's
Exactly.
where we all want to be.
Because
right?
the money is energy, right? You wake up in the morning, you're exchanging your energy. Let's think of laborers, right, who are doing like some of the hardest jobs in the world. They're digging the ground to plant something in. The capitalist just footed money out, say, I want, a hole to be dug here on this piece of land. These guys are using real personal energy to dig the ground, and this guy only used his money. So they're exactly interrelated. They're the same, right? It's different forms of energy. So I think that is a very, adding to what you say, it's very important to know that you want to be at a position where you're not using your physical energy to get something done. You're using your money to roll out things and to sort of do the things in the world for you.
I'm looking forward to sharing on more episodes and learning on more episodes from some of the people we want to bring on over here.
Right.
But what are some of your thoughts as far as money is concerned? And what are some of your thoughts as far as what money is? What do you think money is? Some of the things that you might have said, you might disagree with them. It's
Yes.
okay. You're also more than welcome to have your own opinions and share on the comment section. But we're looking forward to seeing what you have to say. And who would you like to see on the show for us to interview and learn from them?
Awesome. Thank you. And we'll see you guys in the next episode. Take care.